Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 82. Reading. A Message for the Inca King. It was before dawn when Poma heard a voice. "Wake up, Poma! Wake up!" somebody whispered. Poma opened his eyes. In the dim moonlight, he saw the face of his old teacher. Poma sat up in surprise. "Shh," said his teacher. "Don't speak. Get dressed and follow me." Hurriedly, Poma put on his tunic. The other boys were sleeping. He stepped quietly past them and followed the old man outside. As silent as shadows, they crossed the courtyard and entered the great hall. Poma's teacher led him towards a small doorway in one corner. Messengers did not usually go through it. The rooms behind the hall were part of the palace. Suddenly, the old man stopped and spoke. "Listen, Poma," he said. "You are the youngest messenger in the palace, but nobody runs as fast as you. You are not yet 17, but you are as brave as any man. Now you have an important task. Come." Poma followed the old man through the narrow doorway and along a short passage. They entered a large room where lamps burned brightly. The golden walls glowed like the evening sun. Two men stood near the doorway. They were talking quietly. They stopped when they saw Poma. Their tunics were fine wool with delicate patterns of gold. "These are important people," thought Poma. A table stood in the middle of the room with a gold chair next to it. There were silver cups on the table, but the chair was empty. Poma heard his teacher say, "This is the boy, Prince Urco." A tall man appeared from the shadows. He wore a heavy cloak over his tunic. Bands of gold circled his head and his arms. A collar of gold and rare jewels was around his neck. He beckoned to Poma, and the boy stepped forward. The prince looked carefully at Poma for a moment. "You are strong," he said, "but you must be clever too. You must take a message to the king. You must remember every word." He leaned forward and spoke clearly. "Repeat," he commanded. Poma repeated the message. The prince nodded. "Now go," he said, "and do not fail." Poma left the room and ran back through the hall. He crossed the shadowy courtyard and ran out onto the road. Then he ran straight on, out of the city gates and towards the forest. "I must not fail," he repeated. "I must not fail." Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 85. Activities 1 and 2. The Golden Mask of Chapi Chapi. Part 2. Jewels of the Incas.
Here are the Incas.
Look at the king on his throne!
His headdress is fantastic. The guards are scary.
Their swords and spears look really sharp. And their shields look really heavy.
I love that jewellery. Wow, it's beautiful.
And look at that mask. It's amazing.
That, children, is the Golden Mask of Chapi Chapi.
It's covered in jewels.
Oh, what's happening?
I can't see anything.
Switch on the lights. Switch on the lights.
Oh, that's better.
Look, the golden mask isn't on the wall.
Somebody took it.
And I think I know who.
Yes, that strange man.
Quick! After him!
Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 85. Activity 3. Listen and say.
Here are the Incas.
Look at the king on his throne!
His headdress is fantastic. The guards are scary.
Their swords and spears look really sharp. And their shields look really heavy.
I love that jewellery. Wow, it's beautiful.
And look at that mask! It's amazing!
That, children, is the golden mask of Chappy Chappy.
It's covered in jewels.
Oh, what's happening?
I can't see anything.
Switch on the lights! Switch on the lights!
Oh, that's better.
Look, the golden mask isn't on the wall.
Somebody took it.
And I think I know who.
Yes, that strange man.
Quick! After him!
Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 87. Activity 2. Listen and read.
Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the school?
Of course. Are you lost?
Yes, I am.
Well, walk along this road.
Okay.
At the crossroads, turn left.
Uh-huh.
At the roundabout, turn right. Go straight on and the school is on the left.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 87. Activity 3. Listen and say.
Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the school?
Of course. Are you lost?
Yes, I am.
Well, walk along this road.
Okay.
At the crossroads, turn left.
Uh-huh.
At the roundabout, turn right. Go straight on and the school is on the left.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 88. Activities 2 and 3.
Number 1. A soldier carries this. He uses it for fighting. It looks like a big knife.
Number 2. A soldier carries this too. Sometimes it is round. Sometimes it is square. It protects him.
Number 3. This is for men or women. They wear it on their heads. It is beautiful. Sometimes it has feathers.
Number 4. A man or a woman can wear this too. Sometimes it is long. Sometimes it is short. You wear it around your shoulders, and it can keep you warm.
Number 5. This is a big, beautiful chair. A king or a queen sits on it.
Number 6. A soldier carries this. It is like a long stick. The end is pointed and sharp. In some parts of the world, people use these for hunting animals.
Number 7. A man or a woman wears this. It is long and loose, like a shirt.
Number 8. A soldier wears this. It protects his head when he is fighting in a battle. Pupils Book, Unit 8, page 88. Phonics.
Look and listen.
Air. A gold chair was next to the table. Air. A gold chair was next to the table. Air. A collar of gold and rare jewels was around his neck. Air. A collar of gold and rare jewels was around his neck.
This old Inca chair is very rare, and these Inca vases are a pair. The Incas had gold, but they didn't share. The Spanish took it all, and that wasn't fair.
Pupils Book, Unit 9, page 90. Reading.
We use these every day. The Chinese invented paper about 2,000 years ago. They made it from different plants. At first, they used it for wrapping things. Then they used it for writing and drawing on. This picture shows leaves and flowers. Paper was most useful for books. For hundreds of years, people wrote books. They used pens and ink, and it took a long time. Then, one of the most important inventions appeared.
Printing. Chinese people first printed on cloth more than 2,000 years ago. They cut a pattern on a block of wood. They put dye on the wood block. Then they pressed the block onto the cloth. The block printed the pattern. They could use the block again and again. Sometimes the cloth was silk. The Chinese invented silk too. This piece of silk is a beautiful curtain. Later, the Chinese printed words on paper. They cut words on the wood block. This was difficult work. They put ink on the block, then they pressed the paper onto it. The wood block printed the words onto the paper. The printers printed one page at a time, but they could print with the block many times. They could make many copies of each book. More people could have books. The oldest printed book in the world is from China. It is more than 1,100 years old.
The compass. A long time ago, sailors used the stars at night. They could find north, south, east, and west. When it was cloudy, they could not see the stars, and sometimes they lost their way. The Chinese made a discovery. A special stone made a metal needle point to north. They floated the needle in a bowl of water, and it pointed to north. It worked at sea when it was cloudy and completely dark. It worked on land in the daytime too. People could find north, and then they could follow a map. They could find their way to new places.
Gunpowder. Chinese scientists discovered gunpowder 1,100 years ago. First, they found a kind of salt. It burned with a purple flame. They mixed it with other salts. When they put the mixture in a metal box and heated it, the box exploded. It was a very powerful mixture. They used the gunpowder to make fireworks. Chinese people still make fireworks. They are the best in the world. If you go to a firework display, you will see Chinese fireworks. They explode in the sky in different shapes and colors.